What is your why? What is your reason? What is your burning passion? What is that internal flame that you have within yourself that makes you want to get up and push yourself to be the best that you can be in the workplace, to be the best that you can be in the household with your family, to be the best boyfriend, husband, girlfriend, wife, whatever the case is, brother, sister. What is it within yourself that makes you drive and push and yearn for more and a better life? I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm not somebody who's known to be giving out life advice. I done been through some ups, I done been through some downs. But I can say this much: I left home. For those of you that do know, and those of you that don't, I'm a Florida native myself. And at the age of 22, I left home and I got my first apartment in California. When I was growing up, I think at the age of 19 or at the age of 20, I bought my first car by myself, not with the help of anybody else. I've always had that thing within me. I've been working since the age of 15, and I'm 26 years old now. And I've always been that person to think outside the box. I've always been that person to want to chase and desire more, because I've been around very wealthy environments. I've been around very poor environments. I've had very wealthy and rich friends. And when I say rich, I mean like they're swimming in wealth, nannies, the whole 9 yards, mansions, everything. And I done had friends that, they don't have certain access to resources or things that will help them out of their situation, so they have to get it on themselves. And for me, I'm not somebody who's claiming I'm from the hood, or I came up out the dirt, or I got it out the mud, or nothing like that. I feel like I'm an average person. I had 2 loving parents. I still do. They did their best to raise me right and to show me what it is to be a young man and to walk into the world and to chase and acquire what you want. Everybody's life is different. Everybody's story is different. And with that being said, not everybody's going to understand what your purpose is. Not everybody's going to understand why you work so hard, why you push yourself to go beyond what what other people would really want to do for them, for their own sake. Not everybody's going to understand why you are the individual that you are and what's made you the person that you are today. But I will say life is something that's worth living. Getting up every single day and pushing yourself to help achieve and to help conquer, whether it's like a mental health thing you're going through, whether it's something with employment in terms of work, whether it's something in your own family, whether it's a relationship that's not working out so well. No matter what you're facing in life, you still got to wake up, put your shoes on, and head out the door and go chase it, because life is not going to wait for you to get yourself together. You're going to have to wake up and push yourself every single day. And a lot of people are able to tap into that. A lot of people, they find their comfort zone. And I'm speaking from my own personal experience. There's been a lot of folks that I've been around that are anywhere from the age of, let's say, 18 to 30. And some folks even beyond that. And they have no ambition to wake up and to push themselves. They want to resort to alcoholism. They want to resort to drugs. They want to resort to doing things that will not better themselves, doing things that are actually going to worsen their health or worsen their own things. And I know everybody fights their own demons. Everybody has their own reasons for doing things. But I just seen people that they have no desire to leave the house, to leave their city, to leave their state, to leave from home. They're just completely content and comfortable with sitting in the same job, the same workplace, the same city, the same state, the same zip code, and they don't have no desire to expand beyond that. They're comfortable waking up and drinking themselves to sleep every single day. They're comfortable waking up and smoking weed every single day, every single moment of the day, and they do not want to challenge themselves to escape that. They don't want to challenge themselves to leave from home and chase a career, chase something that's going to better them as an individual. And some of these folks, you'll never catch them inside of a gym. You'll never catch them eating something that's, beneficial for their health. But you will catch them standing in the parking lot, smoking and drinking until 4 a.m. and just being content with that. And I'm not trying to, dial in on any particular people. And for me, if the shoe fits, wear it. You know what I'm saying? So you will find yourself in environments where people want to bring you down. People will see that you have a gift. People will see that you have natural talent, a natural acclamation to want finer things for yourself, to chase a better life for yourself. You know, like I said, I bought my first car by myself, no help from mom and dad at 19. I got my first apartment at the age of 22. I got my second apartment at the age of 23. You know, I've been doing all these things and chasing myself, and I just want the best for myself and for my family. You get what I'm saying? And not people will see that you have that burning passion inside you, and they're like, who does this guy think he is? He thinks he's better than me. You know, I wake up and I brush my teeth, I shower, I do everything to take care of myself. And some folks, they don't even have the desire to want to do that. And that's something I never understood. That's something I'll never understand. And one thing that always brings me back to myself is the gym. You have your favorite music, you have nothing but the weights in front of you, and you have a certain set and rep that you have to accomplish and push yourself and chase. And there's nothing more exciting than pushing yourself every single day, than sweating, than like, you know, doing something that raises your heartbeat, you know, outside of, you know, certain things that people may be thinking about. Like, life isn't just about waking up and doing drugs and smoking weed and drinking alcohol all day. There's a whole life outside and ahead of you. And I don't think a lot of people realize that. And I think at the point when people do realize it, they're going to have too many health problems to want to tap back into themselves. But that's not the point of this video. This is just something that, you know, was on my heart today. I am back. I am making a return with these videos, and I hope that you all are able to see my new journey, and we'll dive a little bit deeper as we move along. But again, I am back. I hope everyone's been well, and I will see you soon.